Hello y'all. In this video, I'm creating a beginner-friendly, no coding required setup of Codex from somebody who has no idea how to code. Most people think that the most powerful AI tools like Codex require knowing how to code. They absolutely do not, and I'm going to show you how to set up Codex and get started. Okay, so first thing to discuss though is why even use Codex? What is the difference between using just like ChatGPT versus using a Codex or a Claude Code? So I think the simplest way to think about this is that ChatGPT is mostly just a discussion. It mostly talks, you talk back and forth, you send a message, it gives you a response, you send a message, it gives you a response, and it can tell you how to do things, but it doesn't really do anything for you. It's great for answers, ideas, explanations, giving you context, but at the end of the day, you still have to go implement all this stuff. The difference with Codex is that it does those things for you. If it can be done on a computer, most of the time, Codex can do them. And so it's opening up a project, it's running a task, it's making changes to things all on your computer. The simplest way to think about it is it has the ability to control and do things on your computer. So it's taking what ChatGPT is and just giving it the ability to do things. Into that, like it's doing actual work. It's taking the next step forward. Simple examples that we could go through is, number one thing, it could change a word on a website. So instead of you having to manually go to your website, Codex has the ability to just go to your website and change something for you. It can find a file on your computer. So let's say you lost a study guide, a file that you don't know what the name of it is. You can tell Codex and it will go search your computer for you. It can connect to different apps. And so, for example, it can read and draft an email in your Gmail account without you having to do anything but message in the chat. So these are like some examples on why you'd want to use Codex, but let's get started and get this thing installed. So Codex you can use on a free plan. I think there is a lot of an argument to move to the $20 a month plus plan just because it lets you connect a lot more and get essentially like the full capability of Codex, where the free plan here is it's pretty limiting. Let you guys make that decision on your own. You can install it with the free version. So once you sort of signed up, whether for the paid or you have a free account, you will need an account. We're just going to go download the Codex app and select this guy here. It's going to open up in download a file to your Mac. And then I always like going to Finder in my downloads folder, finding the DMG here, double clicking it, triple clicking it, popped up on my other window. Let's pull that in here, popped up this guy. So then the next thing, I already have this on my computer, but you're just going to drop this and move it to your applications folder or double click it. Essentially, it'll get you through that process. And what that will open up is it'll send it to your applications folder. I always like hitting, I guess you can go to your apps folder here, and we're just going to find Codex and open it up, and it will pop up a window just like this. You can make that a little bit bigger, focused here, and then you're going to sign in with ChatGPT. So signing in with ChatGPT, I already have an account here. It'll probably make it super simple like this, and we're signing in, and it will allow you to open up Codex, and you are going to get a window just like this. And we can kind of focus on the window here. So your system will look just like mine, except your projects will be empty here. And so there's a few things really. I just want to get started on us launching our first project. The first thing that you're probably going to want to do is click this little plus icon. And again, don't worry about a lot of this like terminology. It says local, edit, run, and test files on your computer. This is what we're going to do. And I always you probably want to start out with a folder that's just called general. Why do you need a folder? Technically, you don't need a folder. I'm not even going to go explaining why you need this. Just like it'll be helpful in the future as you do this more and more to start in having a project. Right now, a project is not important why we are making this. But you're doing it, and then you can kind of see, we're going to click into this, and you can start new chats with your project. Again, the fact that it's a project is irrelevant. You can essentially start new chats with Codex here. Now, there's a few things on here that might look scary. Don't worry about any of it. This is the little folder that we just made. Don't worry about what working locally means. Essentially it just means we're working on our computer. Don't worry about what this thing is. The things that we do want to talk about is one, you pretty much want to stay on 5.5 medium at the time of this video. It might be a 5.6 or 5.7 into the future. Don't worry about this that much right now. One thing you are going to want to switch on though is essentially full access. That essentially gives Codex the ability to change and manipulate everything on your computer. This used to be a big deal, allowing this like 6 months ago. Right now, it's less big of a deal. But this is the whole setup. So you will just have this, and as we start a chat, you'll start to see it populate right here. But we'll do one of the things that I talked about as an example, which is finding files. I think a really good example of how Codex works is just trying to see like how it can save space on your computer. So I have a voice dictation here. You can kind of use it here as well, but I'll just click it. Hey, Codex, can you scan my computer and give me some ideas on how I can save space on my computer? Just like open up storage because I'm getting close to full storage. And we're gonna let this sort of upload and send it out. Now these chats, they take longer than a normal ChatGPT, a normal Gemini, a normal Claude. It takes time to go and do this because what Codex is doing is it's going on our computer. It's going to start scanning your entire computer for ideas on this. And there's going to be pop-ups that come up like this. It's always just easiest to allow them. Right now, if you're not telling Codex to do anything, just going to look at stuff, your risk of something bad happening on your computer is extremely, extremely low. It's never happened to me. I've never deleted anything that's had or been an issue now. So we'll kind of let this go. Okay, so we come back here and we see after 2 minutes, 17 seconds, I found all these things, scanned my entire computer and found all these ways to save space. And so I'm sort of looking at this, app browser captchas, I don't know what captchas are, developer tool captchas, I don't know what that is, Claude local app data, I don't know what that is, but I do know what these are, an untitled, so I've got photos from Costa Rica, I've got photos here, you know, all these little things where it's just ways for me to save space that I wouldn't have, like, I didn't want to go search my computer to do this. But I know that I just downloaded this thing from Codex and this DMG file is useless now. So, for example, I can just tell it to delete it. So, hey, delete the Codex DMG file for me or put it in my trash so I can't delete it because I don't know where that thing is. I mean, like, I do know where it is, but for simplicity's sake, I don't want to have to figure that out, so I'll just tell Codex to deal with it. Okay, we waited 17 seconds. Codex is your final move. Finder moved it to trash and renamed it to that. So let's give a full screen here. And I just pull up my trash, and there it is. Moved a file for me. And I'll go ahead and empty my own trash, but save myself some space. So this is an extremely simple example, but there's so many tasks that you are doing on your computer that we have the capability to have Codex, have AI, like speed up your day-to-day. And so yeah, next time we'll talk more about other things that we can do with it, but I thought this was a good start for installing. Thanks for watching.